Hi, Anime Recap 24, depressed standard protagonist ordinary high school student opaquely aided at mother's friend's house. With your aunt's daughter, your master's classmate in fine arts has attracted much attention as the main force of the track and field team. After school every day, Art met a few Japanese hip-hop contestants. Civilians happened to be passing by but were bullied by them. As a result, I hadn't seen him for more than 10 years. As a result, I was killed by a top-notch machine gun from my childhood friend Asuka. The name said that the high school students fought with a blinded face and were robbed by the spy agency. I was familiar with this operation, but I had never seen it before, but told her that the world was law-abiding and beautiful. Then I told him a story. A professor goes to the Amazon jungle in search of a primitive man. But in the end he went mad and set himself on fire because he found the aboriginal demons of Earth here. Demons are unreasonable but aggressive and extremely powerful. There is no entity and can only be attached to the human body. The name of this mural is 100% unbelievable, so I took him to the Lu Laogen stage. I saw that the people here are very violent. I can only do it during the spring festival. It is good. Yes, tell no. Demons are bloodthirsty, so they pulled out one and said the apple went on a killing spree. It's so hard to find a nightclub and it bleeds a lot. What? At this time the security appeared. Start beating. Xianxue really caught the attention of Meng Meng. The demons lurking among the human beings have transformed themselves. This will be a long-distance stupid. Just when Ming was about to be eaten by the devil, in a desperate situation, the name turned into the strongest devil in the world. Devil Man. The next day Ming came to the school as if he had changed a person with the steps of disrespecting 6 relatives. I don't need a key to open the door. It's all about doing a miracle with great strength. I opened it at school, by the way. I'm not good at running and I still rely on the track and field club. As a result, users are now boasting that they are sprint champions. All the girls in the school are crazy about me. Even the towel she used was looted by the girls. After school, she went to teach a few hip-hop boys a lesson from yesterday. Then I went to find it. It means that you turned into a demon yesterday, a magical creature with demon powers and human reason. The name after the transformation is called. It means that you will follow me for a week: shredded potatoes, tomato, scrambled eggs, cucumber, pork, stewed vermicelli, and rice. In the name of listening to rice and managing, the performance is shining brightly and promises to follow the 2 sessions. Then there was a tabloid reporter. I took a photo with the art, but was rejected by the art. Art classmate Black Money goes to appointments in his place unless he gives it. After his son, Hei Tian's body also changed a lot. At this time, demon murders began to appear in the city. It marks the name of the investigation and the Xiaopeng car is going to hide in the trash can and take pictures. Tomorrow, I found out that the 4th host of the neighborhood security was killed by a demon. I couldn't help but turn into a demon. The tabloid reporter who saw the master Gu Jingming turned into a demon. This time he asked the artist to come out and take a photo, and finally agreed. But on the way this tabloid reporter was suddenly warned by me for a carload of at least. The male protagonist, Yao Ming, got involved with her boring rice, candy, and water. He found the reporter Xiaobao and went to his house. He paid the tabloid reporter a bug in his cell phone, and then took Nanju 13 with him. I went to Xiaobao and chatted at home in a bunch of things and learning materials. The video of Huang Xiaoming's transformation into a demon that day was copied. After the video was copied, he gave the tabloid reporter a huge amount of money and told him not to touch the computer. The male protagonist was moved to tears by Li Dao's name and felt really sad. The plum tree was drenched by the heavy rain, except when the tabloid reporters came in and asked if I could say you took a shower at home. Then I didn't expect that this bathroom turned out to be a sunglasses car. As a result, the demon possessed by the tabloid reporter took more or less Uncle Ming's body. After that, I came by nickname and found Art. When Art let his accomplices start, he was shot in the head. It turns out that chat already knew how much they had been demonized by bugs. After a while of parkour competition, the opaque finally caught the Art. Fine Arts, however, concluded that he dared not say shamey. I didn't expect Ming to suck it out with a car and die. This cowardly little mouse has Ming Pao coming back with Plum Tree, only to find that Tiao has shot the tabloid reporter and told her that whoever knows our secret will have to die. And he'd already figured out that, remembering that his mother must be talking about his opponent, so he'd put a bomb on his computer to kill him. tested and counted sheep, and he completely broke out into conflict. Anyway, let the secretary go. After regaining consciousness, I always felt that the name saved me. Everyday things are still relevant. Pair it with a reputation to make fun of it. It makes me very happy that your famous doctor's parents called her to go back to see him. After getting off the plane, the father who was short of food on the bus had been possessed by a demon and killed everyone in the car, even his name, his mother. Hemming found a stranger's location. This only the fourth period is the beginning of the father's kindness and filial piety. The dead head of a tinnitus father shopping online. Even including understanding that it is the kind that has a soul and can speak. Under the encouragement of Cotton, Ming finally overcame his inner demon and killed his own father. On the other hand, He Tian became very withdrawn after that. As a result, a hip-hop teenager found him and gave him a concession to confess, which moved him to tears in an instant. In the end, he opened his heart and said that he was very sour. Under the encouragement of the hip-hop boy, the two came to the nightclub again, and they both liked to come to such a dangerous place. When the two of them were having a good time in Fengtian, someone was listening and turned into a devil. The name of the hand-killing father is getting more and more our evil desires fucking city. He even has that weirdness about fine art. Every day, the little girl does a He Tian, but the channel not only denied them, but also framed them for having guns. To rob a clothing store, you come the police check after the standoff between the two sides to shoot them. The last art suddenly appears in a few words, a song that diffuses a crisis suddenly outrageous. A father-in-law can educate the carriage to check well. Stop finally came to the red light district under the condition of being tortured by the vicious words. She chose to die under the temptation of various ladies in the red light district. When the two reached the peak of happiness, for example, they also knew that he was in love, and they persuaded him to return to the name of complete loneliness to keep his chastity and swear to death. The commander and the eccentric turned into werewolves directly, fighting from the bed, and instantly turned into everyone in the sky. After calling and calling, I still couldn't see it clearly. This time, for example, when I was dying. The celestial devil, who had always had a crush on him, gave his body to him in a dream. In the end, the combination of the two will defeat Miao for 4 days. Even with the goddess of abdominal muscles, it can be regarded as a work injury without regrets. With his sixth sense, he found the one who had only one breath left without a legal name and was rescued. After he found out how powerful he was, the union of his arms had long since died and became a statue. Tomorrow thinks that demons also have love. The genius heart of the world shows. It turned out to be the dog. When he applauded with the scan, he always felt a name called Shuani. Li Yang said, "I'm not dressing." But he was suddenly eaten up by pictures of him incarnated as a demon. Shaoqi's fate is terrible. At this time, the photo woke up from a dream. It turned out to be a dream. After waking up, I was still very moved. Praise is a potion that can make anyone devote themselves. On the day of the contest, if he is you, you can take a photo. The female black money pearl in the game is said after the exam. You have been persuading cheaters to turn around. But it was at the gym. Very yellow and violent. It's all lenses. Moisture. Completely changed. And slaughtered the whole. The radio station hurriedly cleaned up. But the full use of the corrupt webcast goes on. That's it. This I let the world do not know there is. Exist. Even Windows. The reporter from the aluminum plate asked how to predict the future. As soon as the news appeared that there were demons in the world, the whole world fell into chaos and people began to disbelieve each other and kill each other. Buckle your hats everywhere and put any charges on you and you're going to be shot and killed. Art walks on the street and is molested by several gangsters under the banner of the self-defense forces. He is rescued by the youths who thought before, but it attracts more people who wish for them. The civil chaos is not only about politicians from all over the world, but also a group of scumbags. Do you still want to give the people their own number of legal weapons? The result is that the cannibalism between human beings is getting heavier and heavier. The babies have penetrated into the internal military situation of the two countries. The situation is very favorable for them. Then the bubble wife said that the appearance of the devil is Russia's pink color and biological and chemical weapons. Russia said that it is beautiful. I think the two countries will start a world war. Then the devil is so beautiful, my internal spies immediately started throwing out nuclear weapons. The United States and Russia began to fuse together, and the entire nuclear radiation reached national level. I fell into deep self-blame over the news I saw at home. He turned his name into a demon man and made the existence of demons public in the hope that it would be difficult to get to now I really know myself. I decided to go find the devil again and have a look in the Amazon jungle. At this time, not only did people have no trust and all kinds of rumors were confiscated from the sky, BMW also heard all kinds of rumors about whose little one is a Mayo. What he didn't expect was that his own sons had really been infected and turned into little devils. Often eats other people's domestic dogs alive in the parking lot. The world is becoming more and more chaotic and more people are dying. Everyone started to set up. In the refugee camp, you said that when Dad came out to look for his family, he was met with a robber who took advantage of the fire. In the end, the tea restaurant was treated as a demon and the person who killed the last time can be treated as a hairy chicken. After a lot of hard work, the art father finally found the refugee camp, but what he saw was the son who had eaten his mother. Don't talk, take out a gun and get ready to shoot, but don't love it anyway. Son starts. In the end, the army came. The art father was shot and killed by the army to protect his son who turned into a demon. The younger brother of Mashu was also shot to death by the army. Although Ming has taken his body away, if it is said that the chaos and massacre caused by the evil thoughts of human beings before listening to the tragedy at the airport turned out to be love. The love of parents for their children has led to a family of 3 being well-rounded. I gave up the art at an early age, my younger brother, maybe there is still a way for the couple to survive. I understand that Kingi asked to join forces and be seriously injured. Will this kill the harvested secretary, but said he was ordered not to kill him. Then the demons slept together in South America to find the data already known to be first. Twice South America found its own statue. Turns out he's a fool with devil wings. Your kindness to Black Money and Xiangtian will be rewarded. I came to the art awards together by the dark sky. The art was crying with others when I learned the news that my whole family was dead. At this time, Japan announced that it would ask the professor to explain how the devil is formed, but he started to say nonsense that the devil was formed by the evil thoughts of human dissatisfaction with the society. Judah's famous video said that his good friend Ming is like this. The name of the devil can't believe what Infinite has done, but at this moment, he has surpassed the public enemy of all mankind, and tomorrow is no longer written by the friends around him. But you remember that you didn't cry and help CC when you encountered difficulties since you were a child. Opposite to report trust. You also have to consume people to protect the Red Book after turning into a demon and leaving the apartment. And the previous movie news was actually controlled by Meng Meng. Not long after Ming was caught by humans because he didn't want to kill people. Humans showed great malice towards anyone. Ming defended himself and no one believed it. The factory also has all kinds of keyboard warriors who can speak ill of each other. Art lacks to support you. But at this time a little boy chose to believe in the name and the taller people chose to believe in you. Just when I feel happy tomorrow. Stool suddenly turned into a demon and started a massacre. Without anger, Xiangtian planned to kill him. At this time, the mutual slaughter between humans is higher than the confrontation between demons. The villa was also framed as being haunted by me and the necessary people. On the first day I went to study art all the time, I chose to sacrifice myself, but Mingshu continued to be optimistic. A few corpses of teenagers who wanted to protect the secretary drove in. But together with art, we mourn the crazy human slaughter. Not witnessing all this crying and utter anger. Shooting those crazy people killed them all and finally found them and told her that he was not a human but the king of demons, Satan. Back then, he was a genius who challenged all 1 meter without emotion and was passed out of the closet. Brother of the United Nations. Back then, the earth had no human beings and was not a comrade Mao. Summer put his soul on the basis of money and thus became aware of the emergence of man and the phenomenon of father to man. Became what is now his hometown in the Amazon jungle. Later their home compares to destroying this baby in the front row of his mind. I wandered until I was rescued by the defense of Japan. Later, he was sent to an orphanage, and then by local tyrant parents and friends. The stone contacted you again, and it came to you very much, but it has always had deep malice. Ming always thinks about my red envelope. Now Chat has awakened and I hope you will destroy the earth and mankind with him. Make it clear that the next time you see him, you must kill him. No burial of countless cutouts. Because art supports the nightmare without the whole world, everyone gathered to the famous 1,000 times the sister said to fight. The Star Wars of the Chinese human demons have begun. After a scuffle, the demons were all dead. Between heaven and earth only downward is steady and bright. White Holy One wants to interview. Dark. Clearly want to be. In the end, it's the Communist Party's ticket on it. Mark the team on an unmanned earth. Name has only the upper body left. To say to himself that he never understands what love is. But only without making him feel you. Final earth destruction,